I'm Trevor King, and I have been busy. Contrary to what's been posted on this channel before, I am not actually an art major. I am an engineer here at the lovely... As an engineer, I solve problems. Not problems like, what is beauty? Because that would fall beyond the purviews of your conundrums of philosophy. I solve practical problems. As an engineer, I build things. And if you're reading the title, you already know what I built. So let's get right into how it was made. Ever since I first watched Chainsaw Man, I gotta say it's up there as one of my favorites. It's an amazing blend of action, comedy, tragedy, and an intriguing story. Plus, also a very relatable main character. That's not the clip I was thinking of when I said relatable. Anyways, I've only ever really made one costume before, if you can call it that. It was supposed to be a giant half snake, half human, controlled with my legs, so I could have my arms free to do whatever. And this went, well, it's about as well as you'd expect for a high school capstone. But this time, the project isn't going to involve my school. It would be my own project, made during my own time, using my own money, and using the school-provided facilities. Still, the original idea actually came to me on this couch right here. It was October 1st, I was sitting with all the people in my suite. Say this half-eaten bag of chips are all the people in my suite. They're gone. You know, guys, after watching Chainsaw Man, I really want to do a cosplay of Denji. And I even saw a YouTube video online recently where someone made a cosplay of Denji. So what do you guys think? Should I do it? Hell yeah. So I got up, went to my computer, purchased a few servos, batteries, switches, and a bit of EVA foam for building the helmet.
Oh boy, I sure do love walking around late at night, barefoot, wearing a white shirt, gray shorts, and having a random object in my hand.
So all the parts I ordered arrived like 4 or so days later, and I started experimenting. I got a vague picture of what I want the helmet to do. I want it to turn on whenever I open my jaw, just like the video that inspired me. So that means the jaw would have to fit snug right around my face and right on my chin. So whenever I open my mouth, the jaw would open with me. Simple, right? That's what I thought. I 3D printed little purple splints to go around the bolts at the joints, and going well so far. I put together a simple piece that would stay flush against my jaw. Alright, things are working well. And then I tried to make the face mask. I'll be honest, I have no idea what I was trying to do here. So I scrapped everything except for those bolts, those will come back later, and pretty much started back at square one. This time I was gonna need a plan, so I think it's about time I do a little bit of research to help me prepare some more. My new plan was to finish this by the time Halloween rolled around, and then wear it around campus on Halloween night. I was very confident in my ability to do this because I had found a solution to the design problem you saw earlier. Yet again, YouTube comes to my aid by recommending me a different person who made a Chainsaw Man costume out of EVA foam. Just as well, perfect. They may or may not have left PDFs of all the pieces in their description. So after a ton of editing to remove the text, the labels, and all the other stuff that was on the PDFs, I was able to convert them into SVG files. That's what the laser cutters used. Was this stealing? Probably. Do I regret it? Nah. And did it save me a ton of time? Of course. Laser cutting time! This is my second time ever laser cutting, and it actually went pretty darn well, especially considering I used a decade-old laser cutter that is here at RIT, not the ones that we had just received after I had laser cut everything. Oh, if I had just waited like an extra month. Alright, I got all the pieces, it's time for assembly. This took multiple days. And to be honest, I'm just as surprised as you might be about the quality of how these cutouts turned out. One important thing I should mention is that I had to carry everything halfway across campus from my suite to the campus workshop every single time I wanted to work. Sure, I'd get weird stares, but that was not any of my concern. My concern was the weather. If it was raining or snowing, which it does a lot here in Rochester, there is not a chance I'd be able to get my project to the workshop without it being destroyed, me ruining everything and having to start over. Alright, all the EVA foam is completely attached. Let's see, I've got a calendar up here behind the camera. What day is it? October 30th? Halloween is tomorrow. I gotta shift this into overdrive. The second my classes ended on October 30th, I spent from 1 p.m., which was recommended, all the way to 3 a.m. the next morning, working non-stop on just the helmet part. I didn't even have the arms done at that point. I was just kind of like, yeah, no, I probably won't get the arms, I'm okay with it. Looking back on it, I was very hopeful and determined to finish it. And it really helped, but realistically, there was no way I was going to get it done in that time. And what you'll see now is the progress that I had made before I finally realized I have class in 5 hours. I should give up and go to bed. From the way I made this sound, it sounds like I'd say, that's it, I gave up and moved on with my life. But you can see how much duration is left in this video. I spent Halloween sulking around. I couldn't dress up like I had planned. It wasn't even nearly as done as I hoped. But hey, at least the FNAF movie came out on Halloween, so I sat down and watched that with my suite mates.
Tu te Freddy Fazbear?
Some people say that, but it's just a theory.
This music is not edited in. This is playing in my class.
I decided to still work on it a bit afterwards, because I'd come so far, it wouldn't hurt to try and finish it, even if I didn't really have a reason. However, all the motivation would soon come crashing straight back into me, as I learned of something called Toricon. Toricon is an anime, gaming convention, everything convention, that happens on RIT's campus. So, I knew what I had to do. The convention date was March 23rd, so I had a lot more time to get stuff done. Getting back to work, it was time to start doing the non-EVA foam parts. Decided to start with the handles. My original plan was to bend some PVC pipe using a heat gun, but that didn't turn out so well. This is, yeah. Instead, I used wood at the corners, so I didn't have to bend the PVC pipe. It's easy to cut, and there were a ton of different powered wood cutting tools at my disposal to reshape it. Since finals were coming up, I wasn't really able to do much else, so Christmas time! I left New York to head back home, but it wasn't all fun, as there was still work that had to be done. Ooh, that rhymed. My specialty, 3D printing, and lots of it. I designed and modeled the chainsaw blades, chain links, and gears at home, and then proceeded to spend an entire 3-week break printing more than enough of every piece. Yes, I only had 3 weeks for my break. If you have more, I am jealous. I used a 3D print filament that looks like metal, but it's actually plastic. By the end of the break, I had more than enough pieces that all had to be manually attached together. Now, some people might be thinking, why didn't you just print the pieces out already attached? And why are you using toothpicks of all things? To that question, I raise another question. What happens if someone else accidentally bumps into one of my spinning blades? My answer to that question is that my machinery will break before it accidentally breaks someone else. I'm a college student. Do you think I can afford to pay someone's medical bills?
After 7 hours, I have finally completed it. The last bit of chains. Alright, today guys, I'm gonna be beating my friend with a chain.
No. Assembling the chain took forever. But at least now I can assemble the saw, and I accidentally drilled into the gears. Don't ask how I did that. Oh well, at least I can just reprint them using the on-campus printers. Sure, it's not the great PLA, but the gears are interior parts anyways. It should be fine. Alright, let's see. Going back to that calendar, I got 2 weeks left here. What happened next? Oh no. For once, I didn't want to have a break, because while I was at home, I couldn't work on it at all.
Okay, whatever. I'm back. I'm back here. I have 1 week left. 1 week left!
Alright, faster, pick up the pace. Before I assembled the main attraction, I had just a few more finishing touches I needed to do. I had to do the teeth, the chin strap, the rubber bands, some internal structural support, counterweights, and... Oh, hang on, there's actually a really funny story with counterweights.
Now, you may be wondering why I'm out in the snow and around my campus. Well, I have a bit of a oh gosh, the wind. I have a bit of a counterweight issue. It's very front heavy, so I need, oh my gosh, I can't see. Shoot, I gotta get somewhere. I gotta take cover. Okay. Oh, the snow's coming from all over. It's too front heavy. So, I'm looking for I'm looking for somewhere where I can just find a bunch of rocks. And those rocks are gonna be a counterbalance.
So it turns out the rocks weren't actually heavy enough. So instead I found some scrap steel that the workshop wasn't going to use and was just gonna throw away because it was the wrong measurements. So I got to use this really cool gravity saw and slapped it inside and outside wherever I could find.
Update on how things are going right now. I'm currently sitting on 2 stools upside down on a metal bar in order to try and flatten it out. There's the metal bar. I feel like I'm gonna fall at any second now. This is...
Okay, now on to the main event, assembling the saw. My original idea for making the outer shell of the saw was to laser cut them. However, that didn't work because some idiot before me broke every single laser cutter trying to use them. That's alright. I have more experience 3D printing anyways, so I decided to 3D print them instead.
After so long, I've finally gotten all the parts I need for the saw. And also a jazz band has materialized outside.
Before I put everything together, I need to do some wiring. So now it's finally time to unbox those electronics I ordered back in October and solder wires together for my first time ever. Unfortunately, I didn't take many pictures or videos of me soldering or deconstructing the servos in order to allow them to rotate a full 360 degrees, so instead, here's all the videos and pictures that I took while assembling the full blade.
I finally got this thing in the head. Now I just gotta let it dry and hope that it stays. Hope that it stays, please. Oh god, this is taking so long. After making a mistake, I have fixed it, but used an excessive amount of hot glue. I just got back to my room. It's... okay, the camera really cannot pick it up at all, but it is snowing sideways. I have been non-stop working since 9 a.m. No, 10 a.m. Non-stop working since 10 a.m. And, oh my gosh, I also haven't eaten since 10 a.m. I had someone buy me fast food. They bought me fast food.
Time is running short. There are 2 days left until the convention, and it's almost complete. All right, it's time to bring out my secret weapon. Commerce of another person's abilities. I did begin this video saying that I wasn't an art major, but it doesn't mean I don't know any art majors. My old roommate back from freshman year is an art major, and he said if I paid him, he'd gladly paint my helmet. So, off to give him the helmet. We both go, have a fun car ride, and go buy some paint.
So, it's the last day before the assignment starts, or before, what am I saying? It's the last day before the big event. It's so heavily snowing out, it's just pure white in the sky. Hello. And I've gotten almost everything done. The artist is currently painting, and I started the arm prints. However, they take a day and a half to print, which means in the middle of tomorrow they'll be done. I don't know what to do now. I think I'm gonna go shave. Yeah.
Alright, it's the final day before the convention. The print should be done based off of the hour and a half estimated print time. So I go over, pick up the arm saw shells, and the printer broke. And there's no way of fixing it until after the convention is over. I can't lose all hope though. I can just go without the arms. Even if it's just the head and the face moves, that's great. That's enough for me to stand out. It's currently midnight, and the convention is technically speaking today. I don't even have the helmet in my possession. I've lost. I think there's nothing I can do. Just go to bed and accept my defeat. That's right, baby. I'm back. And even if I don't have the arms, I have the shirt, I have the helmet, I have, where is it? A teeny tiny little plushie of Pochita looking at me so adorable. And I am ready to have fun. Oh, I hit my head.
convention. Pretty fun. All I gotta say is my head hurts from wearing that so long. I'm gonna lie down now.
Did it turn out exactly how I envisioned? No, not really. Am I proud of it? Yeah, absolutely. Am I gonna finish the arms for a future cosplay? Oh, hell yeah. Alright, I know most people won't care about the stuff here and now, but I feel like I should still say this stuff, because it's pretty much the end. This project has really been a test of my mettle. I still had school and personal life going on top of this. Many of the days, especially in October and March, when I didn't realize how close the deadlines were, I spent over 9 hours a day working. I'd forget to eat. On occasion, I'd forget to use the bathroom. I'd just keep working until 11 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m. if it closed early, when the workshop closed, and I realized, oh yeah, I have bodily functions. People who just passed by the workshop started to recognize me, and others who used the workshop even mistook me for an employee. That's how much I was there. And you know what? I'd do it all again. I finally felt like I could call myself an engineer. I'd actually applied what I was learning in my classes to a physical project. Anyway, thank you to RIT. I feel like I should for providing me with everything I needed necessary to do this. And it's about time for me to go. I have work I gotta do. I am in college after all. When does a college student not have work?